Thank you so much for staying with us. And just before we went on that quick break, Deborah, you were telling us about your Bahamas trip.
Of course, I'm going to the Bahamas. I've left you. I've left you people.
Bahamas.
On Bahamas, we head to Monaco. From Monaco, we head to Greece.
Please, can I carry your bags?
Am I not Debbie? Okay, no, you don't. No, I don't need extra luggage, please.
Sorry.
Okay,
extra luggage. Hey,
okay, the first story today. A Nigerian police officer has gained recognition and received accolades for her acts of kindness towards secondary school students, whom she hands new socks and also ensures that they are well dressed. The officer, who manages traffic at the Sabo bus stop in Yaba, Lagos State, purchased new pair of socks and distributed them to students in need. The woman had gained fame 2 months ago for ensuring that students are appropriately dressed and would stop those who were not. In a recent shared video, she was seen giving out a pair of socks to students who were not wearing one. Now let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. Not Me said, is she not the same policewoman that has been looking out for school children around that Aziz, helping them at any chance she gets? Abina, another one. She's the same person, not me. The next reaction, After Bona said, this woman, if you pass as a student, you are not well dressed. She will stop you until you dress well. The real definition of police is your friend. I totally agree to that.
Yeah.
Now the next reaction from Akaigwe, not Aibe. She has been doing this for years. God bless her more. Amen to that. Amen. The next reaction, Akaigwe Justice said, even the midst of all the rot, this is so refreshing to see. And I totally agree.
I know, right?
Because she's changing the conception that we have about Nigerian police. You know, police. Today when I was coming, about 3 stopped, you know, the vehicle that I was actually in. Let me see your phone, let me see your phone. What did they do? What did they do?
See your phone?
3, yes. About 3 of them. And I'm really happy that she's, you know, she's really changing the perception about it.
Yeah.
Uche, what?
How I feel about it, I think it's a beautiful thing. It's
that's the way you're smiling.
I've actually, you know, I've had to, you know, interact with her a couple of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, around,
nice.
and she's a very pleasant person to, you know, have a conversation with. All I can say is that is worthy of emulation. Whatever, you know, aspect of life you find yourself in, whatever you function, whatever area you function from, just be kind. People are going through a lot already. A lot of these children do not even have anybody looking out for them. They just go to school because they have the love of going to school.
But because it's free.
Know, so these children probably going through a lot from home, and it just takes, you know, such a nice act of kindness to put a smile on somebody's face and motivate them and encourage them to continue going to school. So I think instead of coming at them and being aggressive and all that, which kind of turns them off and ruins the entire idea in the first place, it's a beautiful thing to see that you don't have to be the person to bear the child, to be the mother. You can actually take care of somebody today and be a nice person.
That was beautiful. Sam smiling.
So, you know, it's a good message out there, you know, although I don't know this person, you know, but reading messages like this about what she does, really, you know, it's heartwarming, and it gives people that opportunity not just to emulate her, those who are in the sector, but also gives people that opportunity to want to come into the sector, because before now there has been rot in that system. Nobody want to talk about them, nobody want to make them their friend. But for this, it's a game changer, so to speak, and it gives people that opportunity to want to, you know, come in contact with them.
Like that sweeper said, this is definition of the police is actually really your
you know,
friend. Now we head over to the next story. This is actually this is a very tricky one, sad one actually, sad and tricky. So we're really going to decipher it.
Let's hear it.
A man has been left heartbroken as he discovered that his girlfriend, who's pregnant with his baby, is actually his blood sister. The story was shared by a netizen identified as KHJR Sly on microblogging platform Twitter. According to the tweet, the man was raised by a single mother in the United States where he met his girlfriend. The man began dating the lady and she eventually fell pregnant for him. They decided to take their relationship to another level by meeting the lady's family in Nigeria. And to his surprise, the lady's dad is his biological father, which makes his girlfriend his sister. Now, KHJRSLY shared Raised by a single mom, got your girlfriend pregnant to the US, then she takes you home to meet her folks, and her dad is your actual dad. My boy, they go through series of madness this afternoon. This is a very sad. No, it's
pretty sad.
Why is that loud?
I can't even.
It is sad.
Oh my goodness. How? Okay, Sam, please.
Well, if you want me to react to this, I'm gonna say two things.
Yeah.
One, I'm gonna excuse him for, all of this mess. It's really not a deliberate act. But where I'm gonna hold him guilty is the fact that he never took time to really know who this person is.
Before we actually get to that, let's look at some of the reactions, because I was eager when we laughed. I was so eager. So let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. Big Striker, don't you all ask questions about where your partner is from?
I just said
Who's the parents? Who the parents are or something.
Yeah.
Now Michael Legion said, makes me wonder what destiny really means. Did God script this too? The next reaction from B. Oh, more. This is my reaction. And the last reaction from Mame. Reasons why hiding a child from the dad is not good. Shake my head.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, he was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
That simply means he didn't really have a close relation with his dad, because definitely has another
figure.
Yes, has
but
another
then that's
child
not the
in
excuse.
Nigeria.
He should have asked the mother,
Questions.
where's my father? Is he dead or somewhere? Then even go to the extent of asking the girl, let me even know who you are. Let me know your family. Maybe with that process, or in that process, he could be able to know, oh, you're even my sister, and things of that nature would have been avoided.
Because how do you go and be having Colin with somebody you do not know?
Allegros.
Yes.
That's a new one.
How do you, I don't understand. I keep saying it. These people in my generation, we don't want to work for anything.
We're just desperate.
Do you understand? How do you get to that point with somebody and you barely know anything about them? I mean, for somehow, it doesn't have to be an in-depth sit-down conversation and I'm telling you about my father and my parents. One way or another, there would have been talks about my dad. Or, do you understand? It would have come up.
My reaction is Omo. We have said it all.
Bro, sorry.
And the fact that we're actually laughing about this is really sad, because I can't imagine what they're actually going through. Remember, she's pregnant.
Exactly. What is the lady going through?
Exactly.
Now? Pregnant for my brother.
Yeah, it's not an issue of up and run now. Like you're in it. It's your reality.
It's actually,
it's
it can be, if you can look at it positive, it's expansion of the family.
How?
The Bible said, go ye into the world.
That's not the interpretation. Let's not be here and start saying things like that.
Excuse me.
Let's look at the next story.
Now the next story. This is actually funny and devastating too. A lady devastated as she finds out that the man who had engaged her got married to another woman without letting her know.
Go big.
Now let's read. Now let's read the narration in full. How wicked can a person be? When we see mad people on the streets, we tend to ask why. My boyfriend and I have been together since 2020. We used to be friends before dating. I got pregnant for him and he forced me to take it out. Reasons being he didn't want a child out of wedlock. Along the line, I realized he has been cheating on me with 2 ladies. I confronted him and he apologized and that it won't ever happen again. Now, he came to me on Tuesday as it was his birthday, and we went on a date where he told me to add him to his future plans as he has added me to his. So I asked him if he's sure he's not cheating on me again, and he swore he wasn't. After everything, he put a ring on me and said a vow. We left happily and spent the night at my place and left the next morning due to work. I called him early in the morning only to receive news from his brother who had his phone that he's getting married. I am deeply hurt and shattered. What did I ever do to deserve this? How can he be this wicked towards me while I've done no harm to him other than love and care?
Wonder shall never cease.
To end, my brother.
Oh my goodness.
Who is at fault now in this situation?
It's the guy.
Is it really the guy?
Yes,
she caught him
it
cheating
is.
twice and she decided to stay.
It's loyalty.
No, what did you say? Excuse me.
Loyalty.
I would have fault the guy.
Why would
Because the marks were there already. You could see the signs.
and you won't fault him for
Why
being
would you
a cheat
why
and a
would you
liar?
cheat? I won't fault you. I would just walk away quietly.
Okay, that's you.
Yes.
But he was a cheat and a liar, and she chose to
Twice.
forgive
What
him.
happened to once bitten, twice shy? What happened to that?
Sam, please.
No,
No,
I
what?
think what she's saying is it's obvious. Those signs were enough for the girl to have walked away.
Yeah.
But I think she just wanted to still give him, you know, that benefit of doubt.
Which is not a bad thing.
Which is not, but
Oh
then
my
it could be
goodness.
suicidal, like
Very
Okay.
emotional,
understand?
emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I don't know how people play with their hearts. Like, no.
See, I think both of them are
That's enough go being.
it's serious gobe because okay, the girl caught him cheating 2 times and decided to forgive him. Accepted, noted, and several notes taken actually. But then how do you engage somebody's daughter and in 2 days you're getting married? So instead of taking that time to say add me to your plan, I've added you to mine, why not just say okay, oh, somebody else, I'm getting married.
Adam.
You did it, just man, Adam. I don't even, like I don't know how to, I don't know where to start from story because there's a lot of these things happening actually in this generation. You know, it happens all the time. Please, if you know that you don't want somebody like that, let them know. Don't play with people's hearts.
True.
It's
I
not
subscribe to that. Sam, do you
Yeah,
have any other day?
that's a wicked act. If anybody, you know, could ever do that, because come to think of it, if somebody does that to your sibling, how would you feel?
Yeah.
It's enough to shatter that person.
That's when you will know that in our house we are the emperor, the conqueror, the down,
Yeah,
the lion, the
I
champion.
saw
is here.
something yesterday on social media, and we were like, you having or finding someone who actually loves you genuinely is actually a big flex in our generation. Meaning,
Yes.
if you find it, it's gold.
Yeah, honestly,
And like Uche
honestly,
keeps
yeah.
buttressing on. During our parents' generation, it wasn't like that.
I was about saying
You
that.
know, there was a lot of respect.
Yes.
In fact, not even that, our parents even got it right. When you look at our generation, you expect that we should have even gotten it more better off than our parents because we are more exposed to a lot of things. But why is it that ours is failing?
I don't know.
It's a concern and a question I have been asking people, and nobody is able to give me answers.
That
to those
question,
questions.
ask God.
I think because the masculine energy and the feminine energy keeps clashing.
What?
The women wants to be masculine in a particular form. The men want to be feminine.
I feel like that is a complete conversation for
Entirely.
another day because the whole, you know, after 2020 did something to the entire world. You see, that year 20, I don't want to leave it at COVID only because COVID was part of what happened to us in 2020.
Yeah.
A lot of things were introduced. I don't want to go into the controversy and all of that story, but I know that a lot of things were infused into this world in 2020 and there was a lot of chaos. If you look at it, most of the West African countries had one chaos or another in 2020.
True.
COVID happened in 2020 and from then the world has never remained the same. And part of that madness is this transgender and LGBTQ plus community and you know all that they them and it's plenty. It's a lot of talk. That's why I'm saying we'll talk about it, have a particular date, maybe have an advocate of that community come and explain what is happening, because before 2020 we knew that there were studs and people who liked you know, to be in that sexuality. It was fine, but then the whole shoving down of this person is a woman and I have decided that that's what I'm going to be. I have men using women bathrooms, men competing in women competitions. That is a whole different conversation. And you know that kind of takes things to a whole different level. So you have people in the community who actually do not agree with that part. So there is a lot of clash going on. I'm hoping that Debbie will bring us another social media buzz segment where we'll get the opportunity to talk about have that conversation.
Narrow it down.
Narrow it down.
Should we start narrowing it down? I know, right?
Is that it? Yeah. Okay, I feel like just before we close it, right? In this day and time, if you're going to be dating somebody, biko juju, ask questions. Soros, okay.
Oh,
Speak up. Open your mouth.
Even when the partner is not talking.
Do you understand? In fact, if somebody is not talking to you, it's a red flag.
Throw that question.
If somebody is not,
and if you cheat on you, it's a red flag.
oh, a very, very mighty red flag.
Do not forgive a cheater.
It's a
Once
yellow
a cheater
flag.
always a cheat. Yes, that's my philosophy.
Is that from an experience, Debbie? Are you
A lot of experience.
Oh,
How do you think I go to Bahamas? Okay, I'm going to Bahamas.
oh, you're going. You've not gotten.
Yeah,
there.
I'm going.
But seriously, relationship issues these days. In fact, the moment you open Gossip Mail or Gist Lover, is one relationship or the other, and it's. I cannot begin to understand how we got to this point, and I feel like it's foundational because. How did we get to the point where people want to have sex more than they want to have intimacy? And these things keep being interchanged and people keep making mistakes, and that's how somebody will just flash one thing in your face and that's it. Before you know it, we're getting married, and in 2 months the marriage is
We're talking about the money.
Which money? Is it well, money is good. Actually, a friend of mine dropped a song one day last week, and part of the lyrics is "Love takes 3 to tango: you, your partner, and money." Which kind of makes sense.
Money well.
But then, the human relationships is very, very integral. If you do not get your human relationships right, no matter the amount of money you have, it will crash. Where is Jeff Bezos' wife? Where is Bill Gates' wife? And a lot of other rich men, wealthy men that we know, wealthy families, let me not tag it to men alone, that have separated these days. And you start looking at it, it's not about class or village or where you're from or your age. If you do not get your human relationships right, a lot of things will not work. Even in your place of work, in your daily relationships, if you're not able to interact with a fellow human. And I feel like this thing is part of the problem. The moment devices started having calendars, started having time, you cannot ask Sam, please, what is the time? And then you strike a conversation. And before you know it, you have a new friend. But if you need a time, in fact, you can even answer calls on your wristwatch now, just in case you don't have your phone. When I could have said, Sam, please, have you seen Debbie today? Can I use your phone to call her? And we strike a conversation. But wow, this just will not end today. Should we continue?
No,
all right, but this is Social Media Boss. Thank you so much for being a part of it today. All right, thank you so much for being a part of iBrandTV Daybreak today. The last edition for this week. We will return with another bumper stumper package for Monday. You know how we do it. But for the weekend, make sure you have fun, be a good person, represent Nigeria properly. My name is Uche Zoe.
And I'm Samuel Okata. And everything you do, keep watching.
Sam is not always what to say my name.
Oh yeah, say your name.
And I'm Deborah Eze. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.